The Omen is a 1976 supernatural horror film directed by Richard Donner, who is known for directing such classic movies as The Toy and Superman. Wow, this was clearly a much different approach for this guy. Anyway, let's discuss the film, shall we? The plot of this film revolves around a governor named Rob Thorne, who just lost his newborn son to who before he ever got a chance to see him. Just so his wife wouldn't experience the same pain he did, he decides to replace the baby with an adopted one, who they decide to call Damien. Now, Damien might seem like your average little boy, but then fatal accidents begin happening, all involving the child. And despite endless warnings from countless people of the child's true nature, Rob still refuses to accept the truth that his son may not be human, which could put not only him in danger, but the rest of humanity as well. Now, this plot is pretty solid. There's no axe-wielding psychopath, no monster in the closet. It's just a sweet little boy. But he might not be so sweet on the inside. Just for taking a simple plot like that and executing it in such a perfect way is why I'm giving plot an A+. Now, acting. Obviously, it's pretty impressive that a child was able to pull off such a performance, but what makes Damien's performance so frightening is the way Harvey Stevens portrayed him. Damien just acted like a sweet little boy who loved building blocks, and that's what makes him so frightening. You'd never be able to tell if he was the Antichrist. Yes, he is the Antichrist. That's not really a spoiler. It's pretty much the plot of the entire movie. Until it'd be too late. However, the late Billy Whitelaw, may she rest in peace, is my favorite in this. She plays the role of the housekeeper, Mrs. Baylock, and she somehow managed to be both ominous and funny at the same time, mainly because she starts out very subtle with her intentions. Yeah, she's a Satanist, big shock. But when Rob discovers the truth about Damien, she goes batshit insane, which is pretty funny due to how nervous it makes you feel. For the majority of the film, she's pretty chill, but her learning of not only Rob's discovery of Damien's true nature, but also his plan to stop him is what sets her off. All in all, acting gets an A+. Finally, directing. Richard Donner did a very good job. I dare even say a perfect job it is, correct me if I'm wrong. First attempt at a horror film. Every shot in this film is loaded with nerve-wracking suspense that will make you wonder what horrible accident might happen next. But you also can't help but hope that Rob finally realizes his son's true nature and puts a stop to it as soon as he can. But what makes the directing so great are two things. One is the way Richard Donner took that feeling you sometimes get that something bad will happen and turning up to 11, but also how he made a sweet little boy into the most frightening menace ever. I give directing an A+. Overall, The Omen is an incredibly written masterpiece that has a very dreary tone to it. I literally cannot think of any plot holes for this movie, and I can't help but be impressed by that since I always seem to find at least one or two plot holes in every movie I watch. But nothing here. In fact, this is almost on par with Jordan Peele's Get Out due to how much care was put into both stories. The music might get a little over the top at times, but I think it's a good way to build tension. All in all, this is a movie that I recommend everyone to watch if they want a really very well written, very subtle supernatural horror film. I, in my good mind, cannot recommend a remake. I'm sorry, but it takes everything that was good about the original and throws it out the window. If you like the remake more than the original, that's fine by me. Different strokes for different folks. But if it's your first time watching any of the Omen movies, look no other than the original 1976 classic. I give The Omen an A+. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.